Howdy. The European Space Agency. Tantalizing tectonics. This network of long grooves and scratches forms part of a giant fault system on Mars known as Tantalus Fossae and is shown here as seen by ESA's Mars Express. At first glance, these features look as if someone has raked their fingernails across the surface of the red planet, gouging out lengthy trenches as they did so. While not quite so dramatic in its formation, Tantalus Fossae meaning a hollow or depression, is a noticeable feature on Mars. The system of those flanks of sprawling low-relief Martian volcano named Alba Mons, running along the volcano's eastern side. The Fosseo crater The Fosseo were created as the summit of Alba Mons rose in elevation, causing the surrounding surface to become warped, extended, and broken. The Tantalus Fosseo faults are a great example of a surface feature known as grabens. Each trench formed as two parallel faults opened up, causing the rock between to drop down into the resulting void. I don't believe what they are telling. I will put a link below to Thunderbolts project videos about Mars and these kind of electrical discharge events. And these structures are thought to have formed not at the same time, but one after the other, providing scientists the opportunity to reconstruct the past timeline and picture of what created this dramatic landscape. A lightning bolt. And I think they would be maybe really interested in these kind of rocks. We have craters wherever you look. This is shiny because that's basically metal, the rock. Here it's darkened. Also here burned. The dark spots are the burned spots. And I guess also the metal might slightly differ into other spots where we don't have this darkness occurring. And there are like craters all over the place, molten. And I don't think it's really hard to imagine a volcano doing these kind of things. And here is approximately a similar looking crater as we just watched on Mars. And that's probably 2 centimeters or something. So Mars got its scars from electrical discharge events. Because what else could create a rock surface like this? Molten metal on top of the rock. And I really would like to know more about these. What are they made of exactly? But it's really difficult to get someone excited enough about these. Maybe for some people it is too hard to imagine to have massive lightning bolts melting metal in the rocks and melting the rocks themselves and creating these kind of shapes. Because volcanoes don't do these kind of things. Neither do meteorites. And we have these lines, it's all aligned in a way, obviously. And that's really hard rock. It's really smooth and really amazing. And I really, really would like to know what these are made of. The chemical composition. But for some reason, it's really difficult to get some results or answers or anyone to talk. One could think, yeah, I'm just crazy. But I ask, prove me wrong. I know what you think about tectonics, but I have my explanation, or it's not mine own. I learned about this. Learning always includes also the step of admitting being wrong, being open minded, open to new ideas. Learn about them first, and then compare them to the old or to the other version of a theory or whatever. And then think about it by yourself. And if there's evidence that one of those two or three or however many theories you have about something learned about is somehow seems to be quite accurate, it's reproducible, it's scalable, it's provable, it's obvious. So if I'm wrong by claiming these rocks are made electrically into what they are now, it would be really interesting. And if I'm right, it would be just fair to say that I'm right. Admit, yeah, there was quite much electricity involved in the process of creating these rocks. And that's a really special place. And I try to come somehow get it saved or protected. But let's see. It's hard to get someone to talk. But anyway, they might learn the hard way about how things work. Weather is electrical. The rocks are petrified weather, after all. If the weather is bad, usually people don't do well. maybe few of you have already noticed that the overall tension in societies, wherever you look on the world, they are getting more and more and more. The weather is also bad. Many places, not just Europe, not just Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Poland, Germany, Switzerland. It's all over the place. It's one planet. We are in this together. We're all in this together. Being ignorant about the changes, about what's really going on, really doesn't make them go away or end. So, might be lonely. How to put it? Yeah. I just think these things are important to make people understand what's going on, what really matters. And things which matter, they matter because they discharge in a way in your body as adrenaline or whatever other chemical reaction which triggers some emotions and these kind of things. And if it matters too much, if the equilibrium is too disturbed, your body might discharge by crying. Like the atmosphere establishes its equilibrium through rain and lightning, which are discharge events. Clouds are plasma. Your thoughts and the clouds in the heavens have one thing in common: electricity is keeping them together. The moment you understand that, you have made a really big step forward in understanding of being one. Thanks.